Welcome back to the My Latin Life podcast. Since 2014, My Latin Life has been your trusted guide to traveling and living in Latin America. My guest today is Tim Stern. He's the founder of Crypto Champions Academy and the founder and business development coordinator of Crypto City, which is, we're going to get into this, but he's basically building a new city in Margarita Island, Venezuela, focused on crypto. And it's the first project I've heard of like this in Venezuela, and really excited to hear more about this. So, Tim, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much, Vance, for the nice introduction, and thanks for the opportunity to talk with you today.
Yeah, absolutely. So, by the accent and the .de and everything, so you're from Germany.
Yeah, I'm from Germany, but as you know, Vance, Germany and Europe are absolutely going down on a downhill ride, and that's why I decided to take all my stuff and just move to Latin America and live my life there.
This is cool. So, how long have you been in Venezuela?
I have been in Venezuela since end of 2020 when they started to talk about lockdowns and stuff.
Oh,
I
wow.
was like, oh shit, maybe I should get out. And since 2.5 years now in Venezuela and not regretting one day.
I feel like it's the Germans and the Nordics that are like the most adventurous. I think the Germans are the most adventurous. And you know what? I really trust that whatever you're working on that we're going to get into, you're going to be able to pull it off because all the Germans I see in Paraguay with like sustainable communities in Paraguay, they're really doing it and they're doing it well and organized and everything like that. So there's something about Germans and I don't know sustainable communities and freedom that maybe they're more freedom oriented than even Americans. Do you have any idea why that is?
I think it's coming from the overly regulated state in Europe, where as a German, you get basically taxed and controlled and just yeah, just get control for everything you do. You go in front of your door, you lose a little paper from your chewing gun, and bam, 20 euros of a ticket. And this has been going upwards in the last years, and more taxes, and that's why I think that more and more Germans are saying, hey, you know what, maybe my talent and my skill is needed somewhere else as well. And if you look at the German embassy homepage, with all the warnings, for Venezuela and for Latin America, basically they try to tell you, do not go there and please do not leave Germany. And that's even triggering even more. That you're like, yeah, you know what? If they say it, I'm gonna go.
By the way, do me a favor, turn off your WhatsApp or iMessage because I can hear the
Oh yeah.
beeps on the recording. And I guess for context, it's audio only, but Tim is recording inside of a shipping container that he's converting into a bar on Isla Margarita, Venezuela. Do you want to tell us about your bar?
Yeah, it's a pretty funny story. I have to have a go a little bit further. When I started to build Crypto City, more and more people visited me in Margarita Island, and I kind of wanted to build a headquarter for people to come together and think about funny ideas and everything. And first, I just bought like a little plot of land, and we started with a little fireplace, and then we made some benches, and then I bought a shipping container, and then there were some women from the Germans who were like, I can't go to the toilet because the men they can go everywhere, but the women they're kind of having problems. So we're like, okay, now we can build a little toilet. And when we had the toilet, we extended the roof, so we had like a pool table now, and then I was like, you know what? Now I can do a bar as well, like a full ass bar. So that's what we basically did. Today's the opening day, and it's gonna be our little headquarters for every German who's gonna visit me here in Margarita Island to check out if Crypto City is something for them to just sit together and make some,
Cool.
allegedly stupid plans, but have fun together.
So how many Germans you think are on Isla Margarita right now? Like in
Right
total?
now, basically not much. There's no direct flights from Europe. Isla Margarita is a hidden gem. Everything is basically tax free. You have an awesome life. You can do a lot of business, and the only ones who are kind of going back in the moment are the Russians and the Polish guys because they have a direct flight. Maybe about 100, 150 in the island in total, but not that much.
Okay, so 100 Germans. I knew that there were a lot of Russians in Venezuela. You're saying Polish people too? There's a direct flight from Poland or something?
There's a direct flight now from Warsaw. It's open since 3 weeks, and the island is getting flooded with Polish tourists and also Polish
Oh, wow.
businessmen who are
And the
buying
flight goes to Caracas or to
to
Isla
Margarita
Margarita?
directly.
From Warsaw.
Yup.
Wow, that's
It's
crazy.
really awesome. Flights are coming back now. That's why everybody's buying here. The president 2 weeks ago he declared zona económica especial, which means like a special economic zone, which
Uh-huh.
basically translates into tax-free, tax haven. And everybody is kind of crazy now to come to Margarita and buy up all the cheap properties because we had a huge crisis in Venezuela the last 5 years. Everything is still cheap, real estate wise, but it's gonna change in not even a year. I'm feeling it now. The prices are going up and up and up and up. They're still cheap.
Mm.
You can still buy an apartment for yourself, 80 square meters somewhere at the beach for 20, 30K. That's gifted, but like a year ago or 2 years ago, this was like 10K. But it's gonna be 50 again, 60, 70. It's gonna normalize. So everybody's coming here and try to buy what they can.
Hmm. And for context, I wanted to put this note in the early in the podcast somewhere. So we got connected through Francisco Litvai, previous podcast guest of the My Latin Life podcast, and he's actually introduced me to a couple guests that people that have come on the podcast. One was Thibaut Surley, where we talked about special economic zones. And so, yeah, we've had maybe like three, four, 5 episodes about special economic zones and that kind of thing.
Hmm.
So, just for context there. So, did you meet Francisco in person?
Yeah, yeah, he's here. He's here in Margarita in the moment right now.
Yeah.
And I know him from an organization called the War Room. And there are a lot of Americans inside there, also Francisco. And he's just visited me in Margarita and he loves it here.
Okay. You guys got connected through the Tate War Room?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's where all the people coming from, which are your guests, I guess. If they come from Francisco, they're War Room guys.
No, they're not. They're not. I
Huh?
mean, Francisco has his fingers in a lot of pots, but
Okay.
no, that's cool. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. Francisco was here 2 days ago with another War Room member, Matthew. Big into the oil business and everything, and yeah, pretty cool. Nice people, you
Okay, I
guys.
think I know. I think I know that Matthew through a different Telegram group. Everyone's kind of like one thing you've probably noticed is like,
From Jake, from the Nomads group, from Jake.
yeah, from Jake's
Yeah,
group.
yeah.
Are you in
I'm
Jake's
gonna
group?
have I'm gonna have a call with him in 2 or 3 days or something. I'm gonna
Okay,
be there.
we're talking about Jake Nomada. If anyone's trying to put together the pieces, a lot of my audience knows who Jake Nomada is from Twitter, and he's also a previous podcast guest.
Yeah.
And what are you going to talk about with Jake? Jake wants to invest in real estate or something?
Jake's interested in Venezuela and Margarita, and I'm interested to provide value with my intel I got here from Margarita. So I'm gonna talk about like a introduction to the group, and maybe he's gonna visit me in Margarita. I don't know. Let's see. He's
Pretty
also
cool.
interested in Crypto City, what he's written to me.
Yeah, yeah, we're definitely going to get to that. So let's bring it back to the bar because it is your opening day of the bar. I was curious. So you said you bought a plot of land in Venezuela. So let's kind of start with. I'm not sure what the order of events here is between Crypto City and buying a piece of land and putting a bar on it, but maybe you could kind of like walk us through some of these things.
Okay, so the bar was basically a stupid idea at 3 in the morning, um, because people are coming now more and more to Margarita Island to visit me for Crypto City. The plot of land, I bought it later. But in Venezuela, in contrary to Europe, you have an idea, you go somewhere. I found somebody who had a land. 2 days later, I bought it. And in 1.5 months, we built a whole bar because, you can have 30, 40 construction people in Venezuela and it's pretty affordable. So the whole thing buying the plot and constructing the bar and the fire space and the second floor and whatever. We came out with 50K for the whole bar. And it's
Wow.
gonna produce, I don't know, 10, 15 a month. So it's not like science to make money from that. It's just like to have a place where people can come together. So
Is this like oceanfront, beachfront land?
yeah, yeah,
That's sick. So it's like
yeah.
on the sand.
We are gonna we are not directly in on the beach. It's second row basically,
Okay.
but you can walk there in a minute or two. So that's
That's
why
dope.
you
That's dope. And did you buy it off a Venezuelan person or a European? I forgot what you
a
said there.
Venezuelan person. And the funny story about this is my dad lives here since '98, right? So he's a
Oh wow.
German too, and he got here in 1998. And my dad bought this specific plot of land in '98 for I think can't remember like 2025 or something 2025K. He sold it to where the times were like absolutely stunning. Every kite surfer was here. There were championships. Everybody was in Margarita. It's like 20 years ago. And he sold it in 2004 for close to 100K. Then some Argentinian guy had it, sold it to a Venezuelan guy, and I bought it from the Venezuelan guy to the original price from '98. So it came back to lower prices basically again, and now it's gonna go up again. It's like a cycle.
Hmm. Hey guys, quick break from the podcast to tell you about job stacking. If you're a remote or hybrid worker looking to maximize your earning potential, then Rolf Haltze, author of Job Stacking, guarantees you'll be able to double your income by implementing his paycheck multiplication layering method. This is the exact system Rolf has used to take his own income and those of many others beyond 20K a month. With this method, Rolf contractually guarantees that you'll be able to double your income in 45 days. So, if you're interested in unleashing your earning potential and doubling your income, then click the link in the description and book a call with Rolf right now. That's fascinating. And how was it in terms of, switching the title over and the due diligence process?
Basically, in Venezuela, if you're an extranjero, if you're a foreigner, and you have no visa, there's two possibilities which you can use to buy. First and most logic one is create a company with a Venezuelan person. So you own 99%. The Venezuelan person owns one. Venezuelan person gives you all the power, so he cannot sign nothing. He's just inside there for papers, basically.
Uh-huh.
That's the easiest thing you can do, and then you buy the plot of land with your company, which is like a German GmbH or an American LLC, where you have your company in front of you, like shielding you. Because if I go tomorrow and I don't know, I kill a dog with my car or accidentally I run somebody over, if it's on my private name, they can come. Oh, nice, you have a bar. That's where you can get money from. If you have a company, you are protected in this sense, right? Because you can always
So
change.
you have the US LLC own the Venezuelan company?
I have a US LLC. I have a Venezuelan company, but they are not connected. We have several Germans with German companies. We have sub companies here in Venezuela. That is working now. A year ago, that wasn't possible. Now it is. And but I just have a normal Venezuelan company. I bought the plot, and that's it. They are gonna change the procedure though with the new Zona Economica. They will make it more easy for the foreigners to buy land, so you can buy directly with your passport. This is coming now.
That would be good because we actually just recently had a podcast episode with Andres Villarroel, who maybe you met in person. He met Francisco in Venezuela just recently. He's a Venezuelan real estate agent, basically, and helps. He's like a fixer and helps with a lot of things on the ground in Venezuela. And it was, to be honest, a little bit confusing in terms of what he was saying about like, can a foreigner buy land? How do we do it? But you're explaining it a little bit more clearly.
Yeah, you can do like the tricky things, and get a permission here, permission there, and then it's gonna be forever, like months, and then you have to like pay some Benjamins extra, and stuff like that. But this is not clean business. Clean business is I open a company, I buy a plot of land, and that's it. They're gonna do it more easy, as I said, with the passport later. But in the moment, I would never go to the how's it called in English? Like where you register your companies and register your terrains, your terrenos, and make some shady business there. So they do my name there and whatever. Nah, fuck that. Company, buy it. That's it.
Okay, interesting. Any other tips about buying land in Venezuela that you
Oh
have?
yeah, there's this funny rule here. If you buy a plot of land, because Venezuela had a big ass crisis, there's this kind of a history they want to show. If you buy a plot of land, um, if you are gonna register that, the government is needing from your documents who were the owners from the last 100 years. Imagine that in Venezuela, where nothing is digitized, if you buy a big ass plot of land, they want 100 years of the last owners. When we bought the Crypto City plot, we actually had to find like the history of this plot of land. Who owned this in the last 100 years? If this is a plot which is getting a lot bought and sold and bought and sold, they do that because a lot of people in Venezuela they try to sell you a plot of land which is not even theirs. I actually
Mhm.
had this problem when I bought my office. I bought a whole level in like an office tower, and I have like 6, 7 offices there. It's about 300 square meters. I bought it off from someone who allegedly had the poder, the power to sell it. He had a document. He was not the owner, but he had a document which stated, "Okay, I am like authorized to sell
Uh-huh.
those offices." He actually was authorized to sell one office. He sold me 7 offices. So like a year later, some guy comes in and was like, "What the fuck are you doing in my office?" And I was like, "What? Why your office?" It's like, "These are my offices." And I was like, "No, no, I bought them a year ago." And then the whole story unraveled. The guy he gave the power to sell one office sold me the 7 offices, and I had like to solve the problems with him. And this was a big cost for me because I already paid the other guy several 10,000 bucks, and then I had to deal with the original owner, so I got fucked. So if you buy a plot of land, to do a summarizing, if you buy a plot of land, make sure the person actually is the owner. Like check the papers, check the documents. Never deal with somebody who says he has the power or is authorized without asking the original owner if that is true. And check also for multas, when people are not paying the taxes on
Hmm.
their plot of lands, or if they are somehow
Back taxes.
back tax and everything. That's a thing they do. They like to do as well. Venezuela with taxes, you always can solve it like with another method, but always check is there any back taxes, any multas, any whatever, and if the person who's selling to you is actually authorized to do it. But then go and have fun, make some cash.
Got
Ich
it.
kann eine Verbindung mit dem Internet herstellen. Bitte überprüfe die WLAN-Einstellungen.
I'm sorry.
No worries. Your English is really good, by the way.
Thank you. I'm kind of losing it in the moment because nobody speaks English in Venezuela. Like 99% of people are not speaking English. So I'm kind of learned a lot of Spanish now in the last 2 years. And but talking to you, I'm getting back now.
And your dad is still in Isla Margarita, at least like part of the year or something?
Yeah, he's in Margarita, and thanks to him, we can speak today because he's the founder of the biggest internet company here with fibra optica in the whole island. We have speeds until 400 megabits.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yep, 16,000 clients, 200 workers. That's all possible in Venezuela.
And he lives full time in Venezuela, or does he split his time with
Nope,
Germany?
never regressed in the last 23 years.
Hasn't gone back once.
Nope, not even out of the country. Here, 23 years, completely.
Wow, he's seen a lot of things.
Hmm. Yep.
Interesting. And even with him being here, you basically, I assume, went to school and all that in Germany, maybe
I grew
worked a
up in
normal
Germany.
job. Yeah.
My parents were never They were never married. They split when I was 2 or something. But I was here like every year since I'm like 7 or 8. One time a year I was here in Margarita, so I know the island since about 20 years, and I see it changing from the goods to the real bads, and now coming back up to the goods. So I know what's in front of us. That's why it's so interesting here right now.
So Tim, what makes Isla Margarita special? You know, you could in theory go to a different island where there's less troubles with
Yep.
the whole Venezuela thing, but there must be something special about this island.
Isla Margarita is called the island under the wings. We are in a special zone here, the Caribbean islands, the ABC Islands called in Germany. I don't know if they call it as well in English like that. You
Yeah,
have Margarita, Aruba, and all these islands there. Margarita is
Curacao.
one, yeah, Curacao. Margarita is one of the islands under the wings, and means we have no hurricane zones. We have no bad weather. Basically, we have 365 days in the year we have sun, or not 365, it's like 355 days of sun, almost no rain. We always have a nice fresh breeze of air. Venezuelan people are awesome. They're really, really warm people, friendly people, open people. It happens so many times that I got to know somebody in like an elevator, and half an hour later I'm at his house drinking whiskey with his grandma. That literally is happening in Venezuela. And the business opportunities are awesome because basically we are right now in an after crisis state. Basically, Germany after the war. It's like the 50s, everything is broken, everything is not working correctly. And when there's blood in the streets, you should invest and try to like have a participation of the upcoming economy boom.
Hmm.
And this combined with a tax-free zone, beaches, wonderful people, wonderful women, wonderful spaces, cheap real estate, cheap plots of land, and like the unimaginable freedom you have here. You can just cross over red. You can drive drunk. Everybody's doing it. Nobody's caring. You just can live your life. Nobody's gonna annoy you. There's not even a post. I don't get letters anymore. That's so freeing. I'm not getting text letters, not invoices, not nothing. I just wake up and do my day, and that's it. I love it. And when you come in this kind of an environment as a very competitive or European person with the mentality here, which is mañana, mañana, tomorrow, tomorrow, yeah, 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 and not fixing anything, then you come here as a very high competitive European person. Basically, if you're not making money here, you're stupid. Because literally, you walk through the streets, you see tons of opportunities, you can do what you want. If you have $2.50 in your pocket, and a little bit of brains, it's a paradise, it's a playground.
Hey guys, quick break from the episode to tell you about BitRefill. BitRefill allows you to shop online and in person without banks, converting your crypto directly into merchant balance. We're talking gift cards to Nike, Amazon, Apple, Airbnb, Hotels.com, and many more, all paid for with crypto. BitRefill offers more than 10,000 gift card options in 180 countries all across Latin America, including Brazil, Colombia, Mexico, Argentina, El Salvador, and many more. You can also apply the code MyLatinLife at checkout to get 10% back on your first purchase. Go to bitrefill.com for more information. And see, Tim, I think a lot of people listening to this might say, how is Venezuela so free? I thought it was a dictatorship.
Yeah, that's a question I get in every call when somebody's interested in Crypto City. But Tim, there's a dictator. He's gonna take all your land away. He's gonna, I don't know, shoot people in the streets. And then I always ask them, am I living in a dictatorship? Or is the German person living in a dictatorship? Because if you're not paying your
It's a good
ticket,
sales tactic. Flip it on them.
if yeah, but imagine in Germany you get a ticket for parking. You don't pay it. 2 weeks later you get another notice. 2 weeks later you get another notice which is gonna be yellow. Then it's gonna be a title. Then they're gonna try to take the money out of your account if you want to do it or not. If you have no money in your account, this is gonna convert into jail time. If you are not findable, you're not going to jail. And some point of time, and someday they're gonna take your house for a parking ticket
Yeah.
for $10.
You got
You
that
lost.
example from
True.
Andrew Tate.
Huh?
It's an Andrew Tate example. He's used
Is
that
it?
podcast. Yeah.
Is it? Ah, maybe. I don't know. But it's true. It's fucking true. They're just gonna take your house away for a parking ticket. And in Venezuela, you do what you want. Nobody annoys you. And what Maduro is saying, the president, the dictator, nobody is caring anyway. This guy is doing his stuff, in his White House thingy, and nobody's giving a shit.
Yeah. I guess you're far away on the island. But you know what's funny is Nicaragua, which is the other, I guess Cuba too, but Nicaragua is kind of the other mini dictatorship in Latin America,
Hmm.
right? But Nicaragua is it's free, but it's also quite controlled at the same time. It's a bit of a paradox. Like, you have to renew your card every 6 months, and they really check up on you. Like, if you apply for residence, they like come to your house. They want to make sure your story is right, that kind of thing. It sounds like in Venezuela, there's less of that. There's less checking up on you type stuff.
Oh, it's absolutely contrary. If you have no contacts, you won't get a visa whatsoever. You can't get it on the embassy. You can't get it anywhere else. If there's no money involved, you basically won't even have a chance to get a visa. So
And
they're
you
gonna
you got
checking
a
up on
visa?
you. I have one now after 2 years, but I had stories behind me. Entry ban for 2 years because of an overstay. We solved that another way. Venezuela is over. Everything is solvable here. But basically, 2 years, I had no chance for a fucking visa. And only because of the contacts of my dad for the internet thingy, he has connected every general, every police station, every
Uh
foreigner's
huh.
office. That's why I finally got some papers. But if you're a German person without contacts, I have a friend of mine who's trying 2 years. He's trying since 2 years in the embassy to get something. After 2 years, they told him, yeah, yeah, you can go to Caracas and get your visa. He flew to Caracas. He flew to Caracas. They didn't even know his fucking name. 2 years working with the German embassy, German Venezuelan embassy. 2 years. Then he goes to Caracas. They don't even know his fucking name. Like, the official system is so broken. It's just not working. If everything is running with Benjamins here. If you have no Benjamins, they won't work.
Hmm.
But if you have Benjamins, you can solve things.
And probably worth clarifying that um, Americans and Canadians do not have visa-free access to Venezuela, but Europeans do, and
Yes,
Europeans get 3 months visa on arrival, I believe.
yes, and they can also extend this visa here for another 3 months. They have to have a quick visit to the foreigners office. Say, hello, I'm Tim, I'm here, da da da, I'm not a criminal. Okay, then they give you an extend for 6 months.
Got it. So let's start getting into Crypto City. But what's the name of the bar, by the way? What did you name it?
Tim's Bar. I was not really creative on that. I was thinking about, I don't know, 2 weeks, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna call it fucking Tim's Bar. That's it.
Tim's Bar, bro. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess a lot of people, well, if people don't know you yet, they're gonna know you now.
Yeah, it's on Instagram, Tim's.bar. You can find it at Tim's.bar. It's pretty new. Page is like 6 days old, but Venezuelan people are really, really quick in following. I already got like 500 followers of a new account in like 5 days or something. It's crazy shit. Or 400. And
Yep, yep. I'm looking at it. Very cool. There's a pool table.
yeah, just got that yesterday from the local eBay. It's called Facebook Marketplace. They
That's awesome.
That's another business model, by the way. There's no eBay, there's no Uber, there's no Liferando, how it's called in English, Uber Eats.
It's all
If you
Facebook
have like a little
Marketplace.
bit of brains, just go and build a fucking eBay here. You're gonna be a gazillionaire. They do everything with Facebook Marketplace, and it's so annoying to use, and it's not working. And bah bah bah.
And so the Tim's Bar plot of land is different than the Crypto City plot of
Yeah,
land.
yeah. It's 10 minutes from Crypto City. It's in El Yaque. El Yaque is basically the surfer's paradise. You come to the airport, you get out on Margarita, 10 minutes. The first little city is El Yaque, and that's where all the tourists are, and that's where my bar is.
Got it. And I was looking at the what do you call it? Like the blueprints or the floor plan of Crypto City online. So it's
Mhm.
like a big, basically, you could imagine like a big square plot of land in front of the beach,
Yep.
and you have you have like those, what do you call it? Like tide breakers or wave
Yep.
breakers, like jetties basically of rocks that come out from the beach.
Yep.
And then you have what look to me kind of like American suburbs a little bit, where you have rows of like dead end streets, or what do you call them? Uh,
Hammerheads.
yeah, or cul-de-sacs. You have like rows of like sort of
Cul-de-sacs. Yeah.
cul-de-sacs basically, and then it looks like there are walls on the sides of the plot of land.
Yep. True.
So tell me more about Crypto City.
Okay. Basically, how was that created? Basically, I have a crypto academy in Germany. I have about 4,000 students, and a lot of those students noticed that I'm in Margarita, and more of those people were calling me up and said, "Hey Tim, I'm frustrated from Europe. I'm an entrepreneur. I have a nice business. I'm liquid in cash, but I just want to get out of Europe." And the destinations which were famous before, like Cyprus, um, Croatia, Bulgaria, where a lot of Germans were, they are unattractive now. And they called me up, "Hey Tim, can I buy something in Margarita?" And this was coming more and more and more. It got so frequent that I was like, damn, I got all those good people coming to Margarita, and I'd like to have all them close by because they're good entrepreneurs. We have pilots, we have doctors, we have supermarket owners, like big ass chains, and all those people are geniuses from Europe. And I was like, we should somehow get them all together and have like a real life mastermind 24/7, like living together. And that's basically how the idea of Crypto City was born. And then I, yeah, basically put my eyes and ears out for a plot of land. And as the universe sometimes is, a guy called me up. I didn't spoke to for like 1.5 years, and he was like, "Hey Tim, I'm gonna build a hotel. I need cash, but I have land. Would you be interested in a big ass plot of land?" And I was like, nice that you called just now, because it was like 2 weeks later when I was having that idea. I was like, yeah, show it to me. And then he showed me those 13 hectares of land. It's
13 hectares.
114 hectares.
Crypto City is 13 hectares
Yeah,
of
it's
beachfront land.
beachfront. Yeah, the beachfront is not 13 hectares, but it's
Right, right. Frontage is
rectangle of
whatever it is.
420 meters by, depends on where, 300 something. So 300 meters of beachfront.
Got it.
And
And it's
the
in,
guy,
and just to double confirm for the audience, so it's near El Yaque,
yep,
or in El Yaque.
no, it's
And if
near.
you near El Yaque, I've actually tweeted about this area of Isla Margarita in the past, but basically it's a little bit west of the Port Lamar, which I guess is the capital or the big city. And
It's
it's
not the
very
capital, but it's the capital, like in quotes. Yeah.
okay. And so the international airport called Santiago Marino
Hmm.
is like right beside El Yaque from what I'm seeing on the map.
10
So
minutes, not even, like 7 or 8.
so what that means is when you fly into Isla Margarita, you don't even have to go to the big city. You can
Nope.
basically just go straight to El Yaque, and it's actually closer.
That's where everybody is. There's like, let me count, 9 or 10 hotels in Ayake, this little village.
Uh-huh.
But from the 2000s, it was full, full, full. For everybody hearing this podcast, you should go on YouTube and type in Ayake Semana Santa 2007.
I believe
It's
it.
fucking crazy. You couldn't even move. Thousands of people in this like little small village. Then the whole crisis came. Everything got down, and now it's gonna come back up again. With my German investors, we're trying to buy a hotel in the moment to participate in this boom coming up. But El Yaque is wonderful. If it should be like, if you look up in Wikipedia, Caribbean island, should be a picture of El Yaque there.
Yeah. And it looks like there's even a cruise ship or a ferry. There's an embarcadero that goes to another smaller island that
Yep,
leads
it's called
to El
Isla
Yaque.
de Coche. It's a little island where basically nobody lives, with white as plain beaches. There's like one hotel on the whole island. There's a funny story from 99, in 19, no, I didn't remember the year, but one time there were only two cars on Kochi Island, and they had an accident with each other. Imagine like having two cars on an island and they crash each other.
Yeah,
That's like how small it is.
they were trying to say hi.
Yeah.
Got it. And so I'm looking at Eliaki, and the first kind of thing that comes up is a place called Stevie Wonderland Hotel with
I'm,
basically
I I slept
what's
there
that?
yesterday.
Tell me about Stevie Wonderland Hotel.
Stevie Wonderland is a German guy called Stefan. He's a friend of mine. I love him. And he has this nice little cute posada where there are three awesome women doing breakfast every morning. And every morning they invent something new. And this morning I had egg burgers with vegetables and some kind of fruits thing. It's awesome. Little posada, German owners. And there's a lot of German owners in Yaki, by the way. And yeah, awesome place. You should definitely book there.
Hmm. Speaking of women, do you have I imagine you have like a super hot Latina girlfriend at this point?
Yes. A
I want to.
gentleman enjoys and doesn't tell anything.
Correct.
No, yeah, but obviously, if you're used to European women and all their feminism stuff and all their empowerment and all their toxic femininity, it's awesome in Venezuela. Awesome women, caring, loving, good looking, doing whatever a couple needs to do together, being on your side, having your back. But they love to take territory. There's not even looking to somewhere else and you get slapped. But if you can live with that, awesome.
This episode of the My Latin Life podcast is brought to you in part by Job Stacking. Introducing Rolf Haltza's Paycheck Multiplication Layering Method, a revolutionary approach that redefines the traditional career path. This is Rolf's new Done With You program where he'll work with you to implement job stacking for yourself. With this method, Rolf contractually guarantees that you'll be able to double your income in 45 days. So, are you ready to step out of the shadows of job insecurity and step into a world of career abundance? Then just click the link in the description of this episode, book a call with Rolf, and start walking the path of unleashing your earning potential with job stacking. That's good. That's good, man. I mean, it's definitely part of the rite of passage of Latin
Yep.
America. So let's get into Crypto City a little bit more. Tell us a little bit about like the vision.
Okay. Basically, we have this 13 hectares of land. We divided it into 100 plots. And we are trying to fill those 100 plots with basically entrepreneurs, not only from Germany, they can be from all over the world. Most of them are German, though, because there's where my market is and there's where my reach is in Germany. But we also have two Americans right now and one Italian guy. And we're trying to get together the creme de la creme of people from all over the world who are not happy with their current situation in their country, who are liquid in cash, and which are trying to build like a sustainable community. There's a crypto in the name, crypto from Crypto City. Most of you people, I guess, if you're listening to a Latin Life podcast, I think maybe you had some touch points with crypto in 2021, where the bull market was, or 2017. And crypto, there's a thing called a DAO. It's a decentralized anonymous organization. And everybody who's like, what the fuck is this? I always explain it like it's like a group chat with money. You know? In this group chat with money, everybody has a wallet, and in this wallet, he gets his plot of land as an NFT. And this NFT gives him the right to vote. So we will have 100% democracy. What are we going to do with this democracy? Basically, I tried to copy the concept of Andrew Tate. Not copy a concept, but he once said something which really stick to my brain, and he said that they are pooling resources, him and his brothers. And that's correct. Everybody in the world is doing it right. The Chinese, the Arabs, the Lebanese guys. The only guy who's always like, nah, everything is mine, is the German. The Germans hate to pool resources. Germans are always like, okay, I'm gonna do it alone, alone, alone. And what we're going to do with this decentralized anonymous organization is like to pool resources and having votes. So what can we do with that? Um, I give you a real world example. The first 30 people who bought a plot of land, we are 30 right now, we have 100, so 30% is sold, more or less. We are trying to buy a hotel in the moment. So what are we going to do? There's a hotel in Eliake. It's about 850K. I'm not going to say the name because I want to buy it. This 850K is going to get divided into parts. We're going to slice it up basically as NFT, so shares, if you go into your old word.
Uh-huh.
And for this 850K, with the 30 people we are right now, it's only 30K for everybody. And boom, we bought a hotel. That's the idea behind it. You can propose an idea. There's a business opportunity. Okay, there's this hotel, or there's this house, or there's this business. You can create a proposal in the DAO, and then it's like in a forum, like in an old forum where they have like an idea and a split, and the people can vote if they would like to participate, and they will directly pay into a liquidity pool. So basically, if you say yes, I am gonna be a part of this hotel, you're paying directly like 20 or 30,000 USDT in a liquidity pool. This is gonna be locked up for 14 days. If the vote passes, money is getting used to buy the hotel. If the vote doesn't pass, everybody gets repaid. And that's how you can do fast, quick business without having any lawyers, without having any, like notary things where you have to like get everybody together and pay for real, like, oh yeah, I'm, these people, yeah, I'm gonna be with that, and then, oh no, I'm out, I changed my mind. No. If you say yes, you're gonna lock up your money, and then things gonna get by. That's the crypto part of Crypto City. Also, we are going to do some mining. Every cost is going to be paid for. We have no additional costs. When somebody builds a house and has a plot of land, he won't have any running costs. All costs like security, the gardener, the beach club, the drinks, and everything is going to be paid for by mining and by staking. So I'm taking a part of every plot sale, and I'm gonna direct that to crypto investments, to staking, to mining. And that's where everything is gonna get paid from. And we have nice beachfronts, obviously. Apart from that, a nice big ass beach house where everybody can sit together, have a beer, have nice ideas. Did you watch Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah, the motorcycle
The
thing.
round table when they're like with the gavel. Everybody who's saying yes, yay. Everybody who's saying no, nay. That's basically how I'm envisioning when everybody's like there, a big ass round table. Are we gonna buy the hotel? Yay. Okay, it's done. That's the idea.
Sick. That's awesome. And tell me, so the bar, you get paid in crypto, or do you accept?
I
Uh,
accept everything.
so you
I
accept
accept
everything?
I accept dollars, I accept euros, I accept crypto. Obviously I love crypto, so you can pay me in crypto. In Venezuela, basically you don't even need real money anymore, like fiat money, because I bought houses with crypto. I bought a car, like a Ford Mustang. I paid it in crypto. Um, Obviously, the people who are working here in construction, I pay them in efectivo, in dollars, but you can buy a shit ton of
Hmm.
stuff with crypto here, so you can stay in crypto.
So the construction workers, you pay them with dollars, or you pay them with Venezuelan money?
They get dollars. Not everybody
Okay.
has a crypto wallet, but big stuff, your daily groceries, your gasoline, paid in crypto.
Really? You buy
Yeah,
gas in crypto?
yeah. There's a lot of pumping stations here which say we accept USDT, QR code, boop, Tron network, boom, paid. And it's not gonna
Tron
be a lot
network.
anyway because a liter is 50 cents here, so you can fill up your tank with $20. It's easy.
That's awesome.
And the Venezuelans, they don't pay nothing. They have 150 liters a month for free.
Really?
Yeah, they pay with their finger. Like this whole country is so fucked up, but they can pay their gas with fingers, like with a with biopay it's called.
Uh-huh.
You
Holy
don't even
shit.
have a working electricity, but you can pay with your finger on the gas station. Like it doesn't work together. Sometimes I'm really confused here.
That's funny. We call it the Latin hammer.
The Latin hammer.
Yeah, it's like a unexpected inconvenience in Latin America that doesn't
Uh,
make sense.
yeah.
Because it comes
to
from the idea of like your neighbor will just start doing construction or something with no warning. But we've kind of expanded the concept to like any inconvenience.
it's true. I mean, people here are not having the same like a German guy would have or a European guy. I I got like 400 heart attacks constructing the bar here because I'm like, how can somebody be so ignorant and so stupid? And like, there's not even a thing. You're like, why do I have to tell you that? The guy, for example, we had a whole camioneta full, a whole car full of gravel, and they made it everything nice. And then he takes the fucking wood planks out and paints them in black over the whole fucking gravel. And now the whole fucking gravel looks like ass because everything's black. Like, yesterday we bought a nice delivery of gravel. Now everything looks like shit. Why, guy? Why?
That's the Latin hammer.
Yeah.
So it sounds like Crypto City has the one plot of land, but you have ambitions to go beyond just the one plot of land.
Yeah, obviously. If we're full and we have more and more inquiries, there's another plot on the right side, which is 7 hectares. And there's another one on the extension from the entry side, which is 16 hectares or something. So we could go up by 22 hectares as well and call it, I don't know, New Crypto City, like Colonia and Old Colonia, New Colonia, York and New York, whatever.
Got it. And I think I saw something on the website like where you get citizenship.
We assist with that because if clients coming here and they have no contacts, you ain't gonna get shit. If you don't know who to talk to, where to talk to, forget it.
Oh, I thought you meant it was like citizenship on the blockchain or in the DAO or something like that. But you mean like, do you have ideas to do something like that to make Crypto
We
City
have,
like a sovereign
we have,
entity?
we have, but it's a little bit complicated. I'm talking to some official people here from the state and lawyers and whatever. And my initial idea was to try to make some kind of like a mini passport for Crypto City and give them like several goodies when they are having this passport, like with the police and everything. But it's a little bit complicated. So maybe it's gonna come sometimes, but in that's what on the website with assisting with citizenship is meaning like getting a visa.
Okay, gotcha. Do you find it's easier for certain European nationalities than others to get residency and or citizenship in Venezuela? Like I would assume Spain is easier and potentially Italy.
Basically, they're shitting on everybody equally. So it's not apart from the Chinese. I don't know why Chinese and Russians get it like that now. Every
Really?
other country, nope.
Damn.
I even saw one time in the airport here some big ass group of Chinese guys coming and they got handed their passports, brand new passports. They came in and got handed a shit ton of passports directly at the airport. I was like, wait a minute, those are blue ones, those are Venezuelan ones. Why do they get it here when they're just coming, arriving? I don't know.
Sounds
Base.
like everyone's fighting for a slice of this island.
Yeah. It is. It is. With the new zona economica, with its beauty and everything I told you about, it's gonna come back. Margarita was like Monaco in the 2000s. Everything was really expensive. You paid $8 for a cocktail. There were hotel prices up the roof. It was business, business, business.
So why don't you tell me a bit more about this this new law or this new idea for the special economic zone? For reference, we're recording this December 29th, I think, 2023. This will probably come out about a month from now. So, you know, it won't be 2 weeks after the law. It'll be, I don't know, 6 weeks after the law or something. But
Hmm.
why don't you tell us a little bit more about what's going on?
So basically, what he declared, he made a Maduro, the president, he made a fourth dimensional chess move. Why? I'm going to explain. Margarita is the only state, Nueva Esparta is the only state which is in control by the opposition. Okay? So there's an opposition. First thing to know. Oh, wow, there's an opposition. Yeah, there actually is. You can vote and everything, and that's bullshit. But there's an opposition at least. Of course, they are friends behind closed doors and everything. But there's no opposition. Okay. Um, there's a guy here on Margarita, which is the governor, who's called Morel Rodriguez, and he was basically the guy to go if you had to solve something, if you had to get like a permission, or if you wanted to do a big ass project, you had to go there. And the guy is actually for real opposition. He's not like a fan of the of the government. So what he did, Maduro, he declared the Zona Económica Especial, and with this no special economic zone, he can install a new autoridad única, like a new guy who's in power. So he installed an
Over the
Arab
whole
guy,
Nueva Esparta?
exact for the whole state.
Okay.
So basically, he installed a guy called Samir al-Attah, and now I have to explain that in a politically correct manner. Everybody got off the, you know, tits from the governor, and now they're running to the other guy, and the other guy is a red one installed by Maduro. So now he has control again over Nueva Esparta.
Okay, so
That's
basically they made the entire state of Nueva Esparta a special economic zone?
There's a polygon. I don't know why they did it with GPS coordinates.
Uh-huh.
Most of it should be inside of the Margarita as
Most
well.
of it.
Most of it.
Okay.
And this is gonna be supposedly they're gonna like release a big ass document where everything is like well documented, well written, what's gonna change, what's gonna come, whatever. This is gonna come out soon, as far as I know. But basically, everybody is expecting that we get 100% tax free. So it's gonna be a tax haven in Margarita, like Cayman Islands, earlier,
Uh-huh.
where you can like park money offshore. That's the one thing. Second thing, import taxes are gonna fall down because right now, if you import a car, you pay 40%, like a new car from US. That's why cars and material here is expensive as fuck because everything's imported, and everything which is imported is like highly taxed. So this is gonna fall down as well. And this is gonna be a catalysator for economic growth, but like crazy. Everybody is like, oh my god! When he dropped this news, everybody who has like a little bit of money was like, oh shit, I'm gonna need to buy properties because it's gonna explode. And we got lifted of the sanctions, which were the first initial problem with the crisis. The sanctions, they
Uh-huh. Yeah.
introduced the crisis. Those are going to be lifted, and what that means is that the travel warnings are going to get down, and when the travel warnings are going to be erased, the flights can come back. The Germans flew directly from Frankfurt to Palma like 2 or 3 times a week in 2007 with Lufthansa and Condor and whatever. But when the travel warnings came out, the insurance companies of the airplane said, "Hey, we are not going to insure your plane anymore because you are traveling to a
Oh.
travel warning
Dude, I
zone."
didn't even realize that the travel warnings have a very
Yeah, they
economic
have.
impact with the
They
flights
have.
and the insurance. Wow.
They have. So this is going to go down now, and that's why the flights are coming back. And the Venezuelan tourism minister, it's called Lanci, I don't know. She's in Hamburg or was in Hamburg negotiating with Condor to come back to Margarita directly. And when this is going to happen, like direct flight from Europe to Margarita, boom. We had 7, 8 jumbo jets every week before the crisis happened, like
This
from
is
all
really
over the
just
world.
as close as flying to, say, Cancun.
From Germany, it's 8 hours and a half, 9 hours, something like that. Because you go
Germany
into,
to Isla Margarita
yep,
direct would be an 8.5 hour flight.
yep,
Okay.
8.5, close to 9. When I was little with Condor, it was always like 8.5, 9 hours.
Okay.
You got into the morning and you get up in like 4 in the evening. And now it's a fucked up trip. You have to go from Germany or from Spain or from wherever you want. You have to go to Istanbul. From Istanbul, you have to go to Caracas, and then you have to go from Caracas to Margarita. It's like a 30-hour trip.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to do that for 10 days of vacation.
Yeah.
But when this comes back, boom.
This episode of the My Latin Life podcast is brought to you in part by Bit Refill. BitRefill is the best way to spend your crypto in Latin America. Purchase gift cards or mobile refills from more than 3,500 brands in 186 countries instantly, safely, and privately. Visit bitrefill.com for more information. Have you learned a little Russian to like dive into that community there?
I'm having my problems with the Russians, but I know some words. Nachuy bliet и спасибо. Like fuck you and thank you.
How did the Germans and Russians get along on Isla Margarita? Good,
Good,
bad?
good. Everything's. On Christmas I sat on a table with a Ukrainian couple, a Russian couple, and a German couple. Everybody was happy together, and they gave a shit about world politics. We ate a big ass hammer, and it was a great night.
That's awesome. So your future for the European Union, not too bright.
I think the Europeans, especially the Germans, they're gonna suffer from their own decadency. You know,
Yeah.
we are still like relaxing on our
On your
successes
laurels.
in the 90s, but
Uh-huh.
now everything's fucked up with the leftists and the Greens and LGBTQ and 68 genders and let's let's destroy all atomic reactors and go back to fucking carbon. Germany is fucking nuts. It's absolutely nuts, and they're destroying themselves. And even the Russians are laughing about the Germans. The Americans are doing it. Everybody's. Germany is the only nation this year with a negative GDP.
Wow.
The only one. Like, no future. And everybody with a little bit of cash and brains gets the fuck out. Pays the taxes somewhere else.
And part of
82
it is
million people.
just that you don't feel good in Germany, right? Because the weather and being controlled and that kind of thing.
It's freezing cold. You get control every day. People are just depressed. If you see people in the morning, their mouths are almost dragging down on the street. They're like so sad, so annoyed. They can't get shit
Yeah.
anymore. They can't even go to a fucking bar and drink their beer because inflation was so high. Everything is so expensive now. With the sanctions from the Russians, now they can't even heat their fucking house anymore because it's so expensive. I have several old friends and like people I know. They only turn on the heat on their bedroom and like only 3 hours in the night because it got so expensive. If you are having a minimum or standard salary in Germany, you're fucked. You
Yeah.
can't do shit.
And I think the thing is good economy, bad economy. We're just like miserable people, Canadians, Germans, that kind of, you know what I mean? We're just like cold people, regardless of the
It
economy.
is. It is. If after like a year and a half, I got back to Germany for a week and I had my Venezuelan attitude, just talking to people. And one guy literally told me, I don't know you, get the fuck off. Like I was like, Jesus, I just told you hello, how was your day, like in Venezuela, it's normal. Hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Qué hace? ¿Qué más? ¿Cómo es la abuela? ¿Cómo es la vaina? And in Germany, you're like, no, what the fuck? Don't talk to me.
I love your accent. It's great.
Yeah, I have a Venezuelan accent now. I didn't know how I did that.
Venezuelan German. I mean, it makes sense. The Venezuelan German accent. You're not going to get a Mexican accent over there, so it makes
¿Qué
sense.
te pasa, güey? Ándale, ándale.
Yeah. So I mean, no, it really changes who you are as a person, right? When you spend
Yep,
time in these places and you sort of start to adopt a more warm and open attitude.
yep, absolutely. And I think the climate is a factor as well. You just have sun all day, vitamin D production, serotonin in your brain. I don't know. Maybe it's that people are just happier here. They live in their shitbox houses with a door which is not even closing, and they are 10 times happier. Like every German with their six Mercedes Benz and their credits and their big ass houses and their neighbors they hate and everything. Venezuelan people are so happy. They wake up, they say, "Hey, it's a sunny day. I have something to eat in my fridge, and I'm not sick. That's why it's a good day." And you can
Yep.
really learn from that.
Yep. Gratitude.
Yep.
So I know you have a very busy day, I'm sure, with the bar opening. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. I think it was so cool how we jumped around between a lot of topics, Venezuela in general, buying land, your entrepreneurial journey, Crypto City, of course. And I've really been infected by your attitude and your energy, this sort of go-getter attitude where, an expat can just pull up to Latin America, see some opportunities, make things happen. And I really love the energy.
Thanks, man. As well, you're always invited if you're gonna come to Margarita. I have some houses on the beach. You can live there for free. I give you a car. You can drive around, and then we go to the bar. And
Yeah, dude. If I go to Isla Margarita, I'm
yeah,
I'm I'm putting in the Uber straight to Tim's bar.
there's no Uber.
The
I'm,
taxi. I
I'm
was
gonna
gonna
pick
correct
you up.
myself.
I'm gonna pick you up.
I'm down, man. I'm down. I may or may
Perfect.
not have a European passport, so I can just pop right in.
Perfect. Just pop right in and have some fun.
Can Mexicans go to Venezuela visa free?
I
I
think
forgot to
so.
check. I think so. Yeah.
It's only
I'm
the
down, man.
Americans
And
or the
I'm
sanctions.
really excited to see how this kind of starts turning out in 2024. Maybe we'll do some kind of like Venezuela roundtable episode, and we'll get like a couple Venezuela expats and record another one sometime
Oh,
in
you should.
2024. And we're happy to promote your project and stuff on Twitter. Maybe we can put you a page for your project on mylatinlife.com as well,
It would be cool.
like a contact form. People can reach out to you, that kind of thing.
Yeah, next year, 2024, is gonna be the year where I have to work about reach because we were like preparing everything, but now we're ready to go out on the big scale. And yeah, several interviews coming. And if you come here, I can connect you to a shit ton of Venezuelan influencers, like with millions of followers, and then we can do like a one trip together. And I don't know, it's gonna be awesome.
Cool, man. Yeah, we'll talk about it offline. We'll definitely throw up a page on the website for you. But yeah, take this time to, speak directly to the audience, call to action, let them know how they can get in touch with you, invest with you, etc.
Yeah, cool. Everybody listening or who is still listening after 59 minutes, thank you for your time and listening to my explanations of this crazy world here. For everybody who's interested in CryptoCity, check out cryptocity.land and check out the requirements. I'm gonna put up a matrix in a month or so, like skill matrix, which we are looking for. And yeah, if not, just come to Margarita. Hit me up on Instagram. It's the Tim Stern, TheTimster, the Tim Stern, and just shoot me a message. I'm always very connective, and we can plan your trip to Margarita and have some fun. If it's not for Crypto City, it's not important. I'm inviting everybody with welcome arms, and in about 4 hours, the bar is gonna be open when you're coming.
Epic.
For that.
Epic. So all the links will be in the show notes as well. You guys can check it out there. So again, this has been another episode of the My Latin Life podcast. My guest today, Tim Stern, founder of Crypto City, calling in live from Isla Margarita, Venezuela. Thanks to everyone for listening.